welcome everyone to our webinar today, hosted by Net24. My name is Jones, and I'm your host for this session. So today we are honored to introduce Milano Fashion Institute, one of Italy's leading higher education institutions dedicated to shaping the future of fashion and management. So I would like to introduce our guest, Mr. Simon, the Dean of Milano Fashion Institute, and Miss Elisa, the Marketing and Communication Specialist. And in this session, they will share the insights into Milano Fashion Institute's unique programs, the advantages of studying in Milan, and the collaboration opportunities for international agencies. So let's get started, and the floor is yours. We are really excited to listen to your presentation.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jones. It's such a pleasure to be here and to be with you all. We are the leading fashion school, as Jones rightly said, when it comes to management of the industry of fashion. I need to take you through a presentation to make you aware of our specificities, also compared to other fashion-related schools and higher education institutions here in Italy. So first of all, who we are. We are the business school of the Italian Fashion Council. I think we can go to the first slide, Elisa. We are the fashion school of the Italian Fashion Council, Camera della Moda Italiana. The Italian Fashion Council is the association of all the brands, of all the Italian fashion brands. Now, you know that fashion brands in Italy belong also to some international French groups and conglomerate. Therefore, we belong to the fashion industry, but in a way, we belong to the European industry. We collaborate with the groups in France, LVMH, Kering, and so on, and we are owned by all these Italian groups. Now, their association, the Italian Fashion Council, is also the owner and the organizer of Milano Fashion Week. So we belong organically to Milano Fashion Week. We are there because the fashion industry in Italy wants us to develop suitable human resources in the area of management for their future. So we can go to the next slide and listen to a message from the chair of Camera della Moda of the Italian Fashion Council, whose name is Mr. Carlo Capasa.
I'm Carlo Capasa, President of Camera Nazionale della Moda Italiana. Thinking to our school, it offers a strong relation with the supply chain, a strong relation with the brands. All the most important brands are associated to Camera Nazionale della Moda Italiana, and they participate actively and strongly in our school. We want to shape the manager of the future. Our dean is a former UN officer and diplomat who teaches in Paris and who is very well known around the world for his true devotion to ethical fashion. We are very proud to have him, Simone Cipriani, with us. Trust us and our vision and join MFI and develop your career in the fashion business. We wait for you.
So this was Mr. Carlo Capasa, chairperson of the Italian Association of Fashion Brands, Camera della Moda. Where are we? We are located, our offices, our campus is in Milano, at the heart, the epicenter of the luxury and fashion industry in Italy. But we are a global institution. Why? I would like to go to the next slide. We are a global institution because the Italian fashion industry is global. The industry has operations in terms of sales and production all over the world. So we need to develop human resources for this industry from all over the world. The Milano Fashion Institute has some distinctive features, and we can go to the next slide. The features are, first of all, that we have an exclusive access to the heart of the fashion industry. There are many fashion universities like us, many higher education institutions, but we are the only one that belongs to the industry. This means that we have our own career path in the industry of fashion, that our students intern in the fashion brands and in the supply chain of the luxury fashion industry, that our students participate in the fashion week, working in the fashion week, which means that our students listen, get to know from, get their knowledge directly from the top management of the fashion industry in Italy, along with, of course, an international faculty. Let's have just a video about the kind of environment in Fashion Week in which our students operate. This is the Fashion Hub, the very heart of the Fashion Week. Elisa, please launch the video. I'm sorry, we didn't get the video. Here it is. Very well, I think it's enough. I think we can go to the next slide. Here it is, Elisa. We lost the presentation for a second, but we are getting back to you. Do not worry. Here we are. Here we are, the Fashion Institute. Then here we are, our programs. As you see, we offer a set of master's program. Participation in these masters, we will see it later, requires a bachelor degree and the knowledge of the English language because they are fully delivered in English. We have a master in fashion licensing and luxury management. You know, the management of licenses in the fashion industry today is of the utmost importance. There are some brands that live out of licenses. So this is a key element in management in the fashion industry. But then we have also a master in fashion marketing and communication. Communication and marketing have changed a lot over the last 20 years. We had recently a meeting with all the HR managers of the fashion industry in Italy, and we were highlighting the most needed kind of skills and qualifications, and this is one of them. A new way to manage marketing and communication, product placement, merchandising. We'll see there's a master's also about that. Then we have a master in fashion design and management. This is about the management of the product development process. The product development process is very, very complex in this industry because it brings together resources from all over the world and materials from all over the world, and also the need to be sustainable, which means to design sustainability while designing the product. This is why here students study with the best product developers from the industry to get to know the management logic behind this. And then, as I was saying, we have a master which is wholly devoted on merchandising, retail and merchandising, marketing, communication. Then you see retail and merchandising, how to present the product. You can only imagine how this has changed over the last, not 20, over the last 5 years After the pandemic, this has completely changed. And then we have, obviously, a master in fashion law, the protection of intellectual property rights and all what is related to fashion is of the utmost importance. Just imagine what is the protection of a brand and the power of a brand, the legal protection of it for a company, for a fashion company. And then we have a master, it's here at the end on the right, bottom right of the slide, which is the master about the future. It's a master in fashion and sustainability management. I am the person who created the Ethical Fashion Initiative of the United Nations. I am the person who created the United Nations Alliance for Sustainable Fashion, an alliance of all the agencies of the UN that work in favor of sustainability in the fashion industry. I am a member of the GRI group, the Global Reporting Initiative, that has elaborated the new sustainability reporting standard for the industry of fashion. I participate in European fora and I teach in Paris in a major university, Sciences Po, exactly on this. So, guys, this is what we are. This is our offer. It's an offer about the human resources of the future. Let's go to the next slide. I want to tell you some more about our system, our double master diploma. It's not this slide, it's the next one. Yeah, the previous one. Here we are. Uh, First of all, we have a master. All our masters are accredited by the Italian Ministry of Education and Scientific Research, of University and Scientific Research. So these are first level masters recognized all over Europe. That's the reason why we need students to hold a bachelor degree to attend our masters, to enroll our masters. Secondly, we have a placement service. As we belong to the fashion industry in Italy, we help the students to intern first during the master in the fashion industry and then to get a job in the fashion industry. Our placement rate, and we will see it in another slide, is above 90%, 90. We have a career focus. We have a whole career period with meetings in between the students and the HR managers of the fashion industry. This happens already during the master. We can go to the next slide so that we have an idea of the calendar. We start in January. It's a master that lasts in terms of presence in Milano roughly 1 year. We start in January. We have classwork until the summer. But during classwork, there are two things. First of all, students also travel all over Italy to visit the supply chain of luxury fashion industry and to meet brands. You may know that 70% of luxury fashion products that are sold all over the world are made in Italy. So students are invited to meet the brands, to visit the brands, but also to see how products are made in this enormous supply chain. Secondly, students during the period of the classes also attend both the Fashion Week and the Design Week. And in this way, they intern at the core of the fashion industry, of the design industry in Italy. Then the second half of the year after the summer is devoted to internship. They intern in the industry. We curate the internship. We do not ask the students to find their own internship. We do it. We provide an internship in a brand, in a major company in the supply chain, so students really get to know what it is they put into practice, what they have learned. And then the period in Milano finishes at the end of the year, and there is a period of a few months in which home-based students can write their thesis, their dissertation. The graduation is in June, July of the following year. So let's hypothesis. Students enroll in 2026, they start classes in January 2026. In spring, during the classes period, they do Fashion Week, then they do visits, and then in summer, they skip to the internship, and by the end of 2026 they have finished in Milano. Then they have some months home-based while they work, while they do other things, to write their own dissertation, and the graduation ceremony is in June or July 2027. So that's the calendar. We spoke about the masters. I think we can skip the slides about the single master's program because we spoke about that, and we can go straight to exactly to the fashion experiences that we offer. As I said, the Milano Fashion Week and the Milano Design Week are the most important moment in the luxury industry because they are the moment in which the industry, producers, designers, creatives, and buyers from all over the world meet in Milano. Students intern in there. They prepare showrooms, they prepare exhibitions, they go to fashion shows, so they get and they do it during their period of classes. So they get to relate what they learn in classes to what happens in reality. Of course, there are also the study tours through which they go to see the supply chain. Let's not underestimate this. Supply chain means that you go to see how luxury silk productions are made, how luxury cashmere is made, luxury leather, bags, shoes, jewelry, whatever is related to this luxury fashion industry is in there in the study tours. When they get back to the classes, they know how it works, how the supply chain works. They know about the brands, so they are ready to flourish in this industry. Let's go to the next one. Our placement rate. You know, our placement rate is very, very high. Our placement rate is above 90%, 90. We have an employment report. It's here available at this QR code on the bottom right side of the slide. You can target it with your phone. We can also share this presentation and this QR code with you all later through NT24, and you will get the reality of the employment. Why is it so high? It's so high for one reason, because we belong to the industry, because they study in the industry when they study with us. That's the reason why it's easier for them to access the industry. And do not be mistaken, this industry, as I said at the very beginning, is a global industry. So you have the possibility to work all over the world, wherever you come from, because we have operations everywhere. I wanted to stress this point in the next slide, which is about the class composition. You see 56% of our students are international students from all over the world. We have 35 plus countries represented among our students from all over Europe, from the Middle East, from the Indian subcontinent, from Far East, from the Americas, from Africa. We have students from all over the world. And as regards this, do we have some videos, Elisa, about our students who speak about their experience?
I choose Milano Fashion Institute because of its unique offer of courses in the Italian panorama.
I choose it for his reputation.
Gain more experience in the industry in my brand and product management course.
And moreover, the fact that it is in English.
Actually, I was very interested in the international environment, and that's where I found like my best friend for now. They are from Germany and Sweden, so it's very nice.
And also for the quality of the professor.
I want also to show you, before we skip to the details of admission process, a video with Maria Vittoria Ronchi. Maria Vittoria Ronchi is a former student of the Milano Fashion Institute. She studied with us fashion branding and communication, and she's now a manager at Valentino, a major fashion brand, and she's now also the director of our master in fashion branding and communication. Maria Vittoria Ronchi, over to you.
Hello, this is Maria Vittoria Ronchi, and I'm now the director of the Master in Fashion, Branding and Communication. Today, I'll tell you shortly my story because the first time I got in contact with Milano Fashion Institute, I was actually a student myself. Then, thanks to MFI, have been able to start my first internship at Valentino, where I'm still working today as academia manager. So I've been a student here. I had my first work experience started since I've been a student here, and that has been a huge opportunity for me, and is actually what I want to share with you today, that MFI is a place where opportunities can turn into realities.
I would like to underline a point.
Hello.
She's the manager of Accademia of Valentino. Valentino, a major fashion brand, has its own training institute to preserve the traditional skills of the fashion industry. She's the manager of that. So students interact with the person directly who develops the human resources for the future of the luxury fashion industry. The admissions process, how it works, what are the details. You are all agents and you are interested in it. So I'm asking Elisa Corbetta, who is in charge of the admissions, to explain to us all how the admission process is structured and works. Over to you, Elisa.
Thank you so much. Now let me walk you through the selection process for our master courses. For European students, the application window is open till December 15th. And for non-European students, it is open till October 15. This is the case in which students attend the master on campus, because the visa process, as you know, requires up to 3-4 months. Otherwise, if they want to attend the master course entirely online, they can apply till December. So there are just 4 easy steps to study at MFI. First of all, students have to fulfill the application form on our website. Then we carry out a pre-selection based on the documents that they provide, and we will inform the candidates whether the application is suitable to move forward. And if the application is eligible, the next step is an online interview with our academic committee. And after the interview, they will receive the results via email, so whether they are admitted or not. And our courses will start in January 2026, particularly 12th of January. Regarding the admission requirements, there are 2 main areas to consider, which means the study requirements and the language requirements. For study requirements, it is sufficient to have a BA or MSc or an equivalent of a 3-year degree. For language requirements, at least an upper intermediate level of English is mandatory. We do not require any work experience. When students fulfill the application form on our website, they have to upload different documents. And here you can find the list of documents that they have to upload, like, for example, the copy of their degree certificate, the passport, the CV, a motivational letter, which is fundamental for us, then a photo and a copy of their official transcript and their English language certificate. And now let's talk about the tuition fee, because students can choose the campus attendance or the online attendance. For the campus attendance, so we have the 7th-month period of specialized courses, then the focus on empowerment and career development, and also the internship with all the fashion experiences, and it is 18,000 divided into 4 installments. The first installment needs to be paid upon acceptance of the admissions to reserve the spot in the program. And then the other fees need to be paid in December, March, and May. Regarding the online attendance, the master courses will cost 9,000, and they can choose to divide the tuition fee into 2 installments or into 4, based on their needs. And the first installment is always to reserve their spot in the program. Now I leave the floor to Simone for the internship program.
Yes, may I add a couple of things only to what you just said, Elisa, if you allow me. The English language certificate, it's mandatory, but if the first degree, the bachelor degree, was taught in English, if the person was educated in English, we can skip that. We have the case of students who have studied in international schools and then who have studied in international universities in English. So that way, we do not need any certification about the English language. On the internship, on the online versus presence. In presence, of course, you have the possibility to intern in the fashion industry, to do the field visits, to do the study visits. Well, the in-presence attendance is much richer in terms of experiences. The online attendance, you replace the internship period with some professional project. So it's really less rewarding. The point is that some students prefer the online attendance, or because they have visa problems, they come from countries where the visa process is very long, they do not want to wait, or they have other small activities, or they, for their own professional life, that's the best way, they do not want to leave home. Of course, you miss a lot, and that's why there's a difference in price. On the internships, we, as I said, we offer internships straight into the fashion industry. We curate all internships. We do first a career week in which students meet brands, then brands present internship opportunities, and we discuss them together. Generally, 60-70% of the offers are accepted by the students, and then some students want to change because they want, for instance, to focus more on a specific segment of the value chain. I have the example of a student in product design, in management of product development, and she told me, hey, yes, I have an internship in a brand, but can I have an internship in a company that does product development support for the industry, in a company that does product design? And we said, okay, we change, and that's what we did. So the internship is really curated and discussed with the student in order to be sure to offer the best of the experiences. What else on us? We are really, these are the permanent partners in the sense of those who interact with us every day, but we work with all the members of Camera della Moda, to which we belong, the Italian Fashion Council. Just to have an idea, these are the names, from Armani to Diesel to Chanel to Dior to Dolce Gabbana to Gucci to Prada to Ferragamo to Louis Vuitton to Ralph Lauren to Moncler. Everybody works with us, and the students meet everybody. A last point on accommodation. Accommodation in Milano is not simple. We have an agreement with these platforms for them to help our students. Usually the preferred way of accommodation is to share an apartment with other students, and these platforms are exactly there for it. You have to consider that price range is very wide. It's usually not far from 1,000 per month for accommodation. You can also have 250, you can have 1,500, 250 if you are very far, 1,500 if you are in a luxury place, but you need to consider at least 800, 900 per accommodation, and then this is the cost of living in Milano, which is from 300 to 400. You have to consider it's unusually high, but transportation is expensive in Milano. It has to be factored in, I mean, the cost of transportation.
And we are really happy that our agents are so interested and very active today. I'm very, very happy that we are having this chance to talk together.
We are super happy to work with you and your organization, which is a jewel. We are very happy we met and we collaborate together. Thank you very much indeed. Speak very soon. Goodbye.